And I'm so grateful. I do meet some logical Cowboys fans, but they're few and far between.
That's it.
The level of delusion that they have, it's mind-boggling how delusional they are, and they're serious. Yes, ma'am. That
That
man.
defense was on fire in the fourth quarter. At this point, he's the highest paid Washington Commander cheerleader. Because I've seen him in more street clothes than uniforms in the past few years, and I'm a little bit sick of it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 2, Spicy Hills. I'm Gwen.
I'm Sabrina.
Let's get right into this.
Mm-hmm.
The anticipated debut. Aaron Rodgers goes to New York. 4 plays in, it's over. Do you think it was a season-ending injury or a career-ending?
Oh, shucks. I think it was both. I feel like Aaron has been doing a whole lot of, retreats and meditations and levitations and all that other stuff. He ain't gonna levitate. He gonna sit down now, honey, because that is over. He gonna sit down.
That PJ gonna be around his bedroom now,
right? Around his household.
I feel sorry for him. 4 plays in. When I tell you the disappointment on those New York Jets fans, they finally caught a break. They thought our savior has arrived. You know what I'm saying? That he was at least going to get them back to the playoffs. 4 plays in. He did a Kirkpatrick on there, a Fitzpatrick.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got 2 years ago.
At least we got a quarter and a half out of Fitzpatrick.
And 4 plays. And the minute it happened, you knew it was only way that dude was coming off that field if it was serious. So when they said we think it's this ankle, we think it's this, no way.
Yeah, I don't think anybody on planet Earth saw this coming. Like, this is not something that anybody ever saw coming. Even if he gets injured, you think, oh, he'll be out a couple of weeks, he'll be back. I think his career is over. What do you think? You didn't say. What do you think? Is he
gonna try to come back, but it's gonna be an epic fail. He's 40 this year. He's 40 his next birthday, 39, 40. It's hard for high schoolers to come back from this thing, let alone a 40-year-old male that's already had his body bruised and banged up for playing all this time. Now you want to rehab. Rehab gonna be at least, look at Kyler Murray. He got hurt December 2021. He still ain't back.
And Aaron got him by what, 15 years almost?
Come on now. So I think he's gonna be the Superman that he wants to be, but it's gonna be an epic fail.
Ooh, I don't think he's going to try to come back. I think he is probably highly embarrassed. And I think he ain't going to try. But what do I know? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, Sabrina. Sometimes they got that tenacity. They got that, I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? So that's not what epic fail. But what do the Jets do to replace him?
Well, they got Zach Wilson.
There's been some talk to go get Foles, go get Wentz. And they also talking about they should call up Tom.
You know what? I've seen so many memes on the internet with talking about some Favre, Lord Jesus. Rodgers gonna walk into the practice room or whatever, and then Brady gonna turn around like, "Hey," you know what I mean? I'm like, no, that man's not coming back.
Yeah. So yeah, I pray for a speedy recovery. But I do want him to think about the totality of his whole life. Like, he did something that a lot of people in the NFL would never experience, past or present, or present, or future. Mm-hmm. He actually went and won, Mm-hmm. So I think that may be all that is in the plans for him. Mm-hmm. So I really wish they would start looking at the rest of their lives instead of football being all of their lives.
Yeah, I was wondering about how he's going to get this $75 million for 4 plays. Because it's guaranteed. So 2 years, 75 million was guaranteed. The rest was not.
Sabrina, they signed on the dotted line, so it'd be hard for them to get out of that.
No, I know. But my question to you is, do you think they should do away with guaranteed money, which they never would? But do you think guaranteed money is fair?
I think it is.
Why?
Because in NBA, their contracts are all the way guaranteed.
Yeah.
So it happens. That's a chance you take. Look at think about the past, Sabrina. Look at all those players that played and didn't get any money and was hurt and won championships to their teams. So this was a necessity. This came about because of how unfair it was for the players in the past. So I think there should be a cap on the guarantee.
That's what I was going to say.
It should definitely be that, because the NBA, their whole total contracts are guaranteed. I don't want to put my foot out my mouth, but I think that MLB or whatever it's called, National Football. Yeah, I think theirs is guaranteed. Like once you get them contracts, you get it. Football was the only one that never had it, and when they did get it, only a certain amount was guaranteed.
Yeah. I like the point that you made. I was thinking that too. Like maybe it's like we have salary caps. I think that we should have guaranteed caps.
Oh, they're gonna be talking about it now at the next owners meeting. Them New York Jets owners is living right now. The Jets got 25 million other to give to somebody. They got to bring somebody in because their second string ain't gonna get it done. We'll talk about that later. They need to revamp. They don't set down. This is why you should not set a whole team or your whole, playoff hopes on one person.
That played 4 plays. I was mad when Fitzpatrick got us for $10 million for a quarter and a half. This is a far cry. $75 million. Anyway, I don't even know what to say to that.
To rehab and come back to get the rest of that. If they say we're gonna give you you can't get that. If they was to say you got to do a little bit more, you would. That's how I say I think he's gonna try. He's definitely gonna try.
We'll see.
Just say I'm good, unless they say we can't do nothing. They get all their money.
Mm-hmm.
It's guaranteed if you could play this many games. Remember how Wynn's contract was set up? He had to play 70. He had to take 70% of the passes.
Right, on so many games. Yeah.
So that it could have a little bit more rules.
Is in there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. Great point.
A good luck, Ern. I hope he recruits well, but man, them people in New York were sick. The liquor sales quadrupled. They were sick.
It wasn't just liquor, it was some other stuff too, I bet.
They done bought season tickets, all that.
Oh stuff. My gosh, yes. And then people that came from other teams because he was coming and girl. So I want to talk about some more contract stuff. So Joe Burrow just got the highest contract in NFL history. 5 years, $275 with $219.
I'm sorry, look. What? Now you know how I do that.
When she put the glasses on, y'all, for those of you who I knew, when she put them glasses on, that means she about to make a point, honey. But anyway, 5 years, $275, $219 guaranteed. So if he was on the sideline a little bit hobbled too. So that's, again, it goes back to, should they be doing this? And he played terrible. Daniel Jones got his big contract. He played terrible. We're going to get to the Giants in a minute. But I just think it's ought to be cap on some of this stuff. I think cap is the word of the day. CAP. I ain't talking about line cap. I'm talking about salary cap. That type of thing.
But Sabrina, again, a couple of seasons ago, we spoke on this. When they get these big contracts, it seems to go downhill. They play to get those numbers, to get that money. Mm-hmm. And after they get paid, I don't know if they give up, they go on rich, they partying too much, I don't know. They got, but it's crazy. But going back, he played like some trash. He caused me to leave. You know what I'm saying? I never thought that the Browns could take them out like that. But come on, man. It's incredible. Like we said, Sabrina, they get these big contracts. And look at Jones. Come on. The first gorilla start of the season. And why they let them do that to them? And you got all that money and you can't give me 1 point? You can't give me nothing?
Okay, this was the Giants' home opener. Okay, let's look at all the facts. Home opener. It's 9-11, okay? It's your division rival. It's so many things that's going on, and you can't give up, put up 3 points. 2 points. Give me a safety. Give me something. Nothing.
Oh, they look atrocious. It was terrible.
They couldn't even do the basic stuff right. They were dropping passes. They were missing blocks. They were overthrowing and underthrowing. I said, what is happening?
I don't know what it was, but like we said, they get those huge contracts and then their play goes away. Tom was but Tom never had, and that was, I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but got to give kudos where it's due. He never was the highest paid quarterback, but even if he did do 20 million, 19 million, 25 million, no matter what it was, he produced every year.
Yeah.
Every year. So it's smart to hold them down like that. Do you give them all that money, you know?
Yeah. And I think what they're doing, you were saying, like, why does that happen? Why does their play go down? I think it's almost like they are pressing. They want to show, like, I'm worth this money. And so they try to play their hearts out and they press stuff. That's what I think.
I think they up partying all night.
Probably some of that too for some of them, especially Burrow. He probably party.
Perfect example is that Zeke. Zeke got that money. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a quarter of this one, but it was a lot for a running back. We got to ask the question of the week. What do you think about guaranteed money? Should it be capped?
So you want to talk about, let's talk about the fact that the Lions went up to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs. Okay. What do you think? What do you make of that?
Sabrina.
Yes, ma'am.
What happened?
I can tell
that dude, what's his name, DeAndre or somebody that had so many memes on him. That dude dropped that ball like it was a hot potato. No Kelsey. That goes to show you, if you play in the NFL enough in many years, the defenses in the offseason would study the tape to get your rhythms down pat. My boy ain't gonna be as, he needs some targets, and he need more than Kelsey, and he need more than that dude that kept dropping that ball. That dude cost them that game.
Yeah.
Now I did pick the Lions to be my surprise sleeper team this year, but who thought they was gonna come out the gate?
Yeah, I didn't know they was gonna come out the gate.
On them Chiefs, I tell you that.
Yeah, they was playing like they wasn't scared at all. They was coming out like, what?
I was impressed. I was thoroughly impressed. I was in awe. I said, no, they're not about to do this on Thursday night football.
I heard
watching.
And I heard too that the Lions fans had rolled deep up in Kansas City. It was like Lions Central a little bit.
Oh, they thought, they just knew they had it, huh?
Yep.
So something we don't know. But I was looking at who they acquired, the fact that they were on a roll from last season, the kick from Warren, they got new disc coach and new that. That's why I say they acquired some pieces and filled in some holes to really be productive this year. So we'll see. But I don't think nobody called that but Lions fans.
Well,
in Arrowhead too.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody called that game.
Yeah, a few people did, like before the game, like Tony Dungy, and I forget the lady's name, the tall lady, but she was
her. We're gonna have to get that one back, Sabrina. I was tempted to say, I did say they wasn't going to have more wins, but it's hard to go against Mahomes. You know what I'm saying?
In his home stadium, yeah.
Exactly. It's almost a definite, but as you can see, on any given Thursday. Sure.
But let's talk about the Commanders.
Sabrina, go ahead. So
no, you go ahead.
Sabrina's got season tickets for everyone, and I just want to check the energy. Now, there was a lot going on. Like this owner, Josh Harris, I'm liking this dude. I'm liking this dude a lot. He was walking through the crowd, shaking hands. The stadium was sold out. In the rain, it was still sold out. You know what I'm saying? So, Sabrina, let us know, how was it? How was the energy?
So I had not heard the crowd that loud since RG3 was here, which of course he was there back again.
Everybody was
energetic. The fans were friendly. Everybody was in a good mood. It wasn't no foolishness, even though I did see on social media that a fight broke out somewhere in the game, but they was probably drunk. Anyway, it was wonderful. It was very loud. We got loud when we were supposed to. And I think that they could feel the support from us, you know? It was as it was supposed to be.
They needed the support.
Which, okay, let's hear. You seem like you got a bone to pick.
Sabrina, a bone? I have a whole skeleton. That dude was holding that ball like it was a purse. That's all I'm going to say. Come on, Sabrina. I could count 6, 7, and the air was terrible. Sabrina, how steps, 201 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So that cancels each other out. His QBR was 45.
And he did have a lost ball, fumble for, and they scooped it up and got a touchdown.
Time.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
Sabrina, this is not going to get us there. I promise you, if he has those things to that next game, it's gonna be a L.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna get
Go
philosophical.
ahead and ask it.
I'm gonna get philosophical.
Come on, get Phyllis and soccer.
We are both mothers. We have raised children. I'm still raising them. When your children were learning to ride a bike,
Oh my God, here she goes with this.
here I come. When you put them out there the second time around, the third time around, and they don't get it, then you say, "I'm gonna sit you down. You don't know how to ride the bike." No, you don't. You keep teaching them to ride the bike till they get it. Sam home.
But at this stage, he's turning 23 this week. So he's still young. His birthday's the 16th. He turned 23 this week. He's still young. But Sabrina, it would have done him. The Commanders did him kind of an injustice last year. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
They should have left Heineke in the game or got some kind of veteran and had Howell on the bench learning and studying. Because at this point, they put him out there. We expected him to produce. You put your money into the game, you got a stakeholder in this game now too. Are you going to do? People are going to keep coming out and supporting this mediocrity. They're not going to do it, Sabrina. We're going to get tired of. We done been here so long. Now I don't expect him to take us all the way to the ship, but he got to be a lot better than a QBR of 45. I'm sorry, Sabrina. He has to do better. He was holding that ball like it was a pocketbook, Sabrina. He done got his rouge and everything. Come on, Beanie.
Let me say this.
That line gonna give you 3 seconds, and that's all you get out of them. You gotta learn to let it go. But to answer your question, no, I would not give up on my child. But he has to get somebody. He needs to be working all week on some fundamentals. His fundamentals are not solid.
Here's the point that you're missing. I think that you miss it.
I ain't missing Jack.
If he's playing like this in week 8, week 7, week 9, then yes, this was game number 1.
Okay, I got you.
You got to give him a chance to make adjustments.
Sabrina, they should call our conference the NFC Beast. You know what I'm saying? Because our conference is number 1 all time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, our division. I'm sorry. They should call it the NFC Beast. You know what I'm saying? Sabrina, he not gonna have long. We can't trail them things or them birds. You know what I'm saying? We have to stay competitive. We have to keep winning. I'm gonna need him to improve weekly. So I'm gonna give him some grace this week only. But if he keep holding that pocketbook like that, we in trouble. And that's not anything in reference to him being a female. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He was clutching it.
On that time. Mm-hmm. Let it go. I was screaming. Let it go. And that's fine. Only going to give you 3-4 seconds.
Yeah, and he admitted in the post-game press conference, he admitted, I'm holding the ball too long.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
Then he got to just make the adjustment.
Come on, adjust. I'm gonna need him. Come on, Sabrina. I can't be sitting through this year. No.
You ain't got the patience, huh?
I don't. But let's take a positive out the game.
Yes, ma'am. That
defense was on fire the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I feel very encouraged watching our defense, even especially in person. If this is how they play week 1, I can imagine as it goes. Our secondary, I love it. Our line, I super love it. Our linebackers, I'm still, the jury is out for me. But even they didn't do bad. I'm like,
did. But I was thoroughly impressed with the secondary. They didn't run the score up on us. And they did a couple of 3 and outs and they settled for field goals. Mm-hmm. I can live with that. I can live with that. I can't live with them running up and down the field and every time they touch the ball in the first half, they score. Yeah. I can live with that. And so we all know the defense gets better the second half. So once they held them to a certain amount of points in the first half, I kind of go, I think we got it now because we know this is what they do. The defense started getting going the second half. But I was thoroughly impressed. And your boy missing. So the question in the beauty parlor this week was what they gonna do with Fragile?
Who's Fragile, Gwen?
Fragile. You remember that from the Christmas story? Dang. Is he needed, Sabrina? Him and Sweat they up for contract this year. We got to do something with that.
Unless Chase comes in and proves himself, and even if he does, Sweat has been playing so well. You got to pay him first. You got to pay him. You can't.
I said it was Sweat. Remember, if you go by a couple of shows, I said Sweat made the difference for Chase that year. They got Chase with our first rookie year, where he was exceptional, and he hasn't produced since. At this point, he's the highest paid Washington Commander cheerleader. Because I've seen him in more street clothes than uniforms in the past 2 years, and I'm a little bit sick of it. So he should change the name. Oh, Fragile is his new name.
I'm mad at you.
That predator thing is gone. He is not that beast no more. I'm sorry.
I just want to know what's really going on. Ain't no stinger. Ain't no stinger.
My ankle, my knuckle, my ear, no. Get your hind parts out there and play. Girl, that QBR is blowing me, Sabrina. And his completion rates going back to high was less than he had in the preseason. And he's supposed to be revving up, improving. The preseason, and he didn't even play as many games. It was 65. Now he has 61.
For these first 3 games, that argument for me is not going to be relevant. Now, after 3, I'm going to give it to you.
All right, and I'm going to be patient because I'm going to give it to you. Brissett need to keep the style warming up.
No, he does not.
I'm telling you, Sabrina.
No, he doesn't.
And I'm telling you, it's going to show because it's an away, high altitude. And we expecting him to improve every week, right? So this game this Sunday coming up, 425. Okay, we're gonna be right. So again, Sabrina, the win was great for the Commanders. I wish Kyler, because now the few Cardinal fans I know, y'all only got that W because Kyler wasn't in. Well, y'all need to find out where your homeboy at because he's been out since December 2021. And rehab, I've been told, is not easy. Most people come back for them, but they're not the same. I wish him all the luck, but the Cardinals got to get it together because they gave him a lot of money.
Yeah, they're probably going to trade him. They're going to get rid of him. And some team needs him. Some team needs a starting quarterback.
I wonder if I go up there and tell them I played for $1 million, they didn't be in the game.
I can see them calling the police like, we got a crazy lady in here. We got a delusional crazy lady in here.
Now, that would make me a DC fan, you know what I'm talking
right.
about? One quick thing, then we're going to move on. I just don't understand why we don't address our needs. We know the line has been terrible for the past 2 years. So this is what I would do as a scout the Commanders. You get your DLs from Alabama, you get your OLs from Georgia, Ohio State, Wisconsin. These are just the college teams with the big boys that have been successful in the NFL. We never addressed the issue. Remember, we took that long snapper and we took QBs we didn't need. It's like, what is going on? We did need a wide receiver here and there, a tight end, an OL. Address the issues. Address our lives.
I think that they did to a degree. I think they focused on the secondary, which was much needed. They didn't focus on the linebacking core enough for me. They tried a little bit to focus on the OL, but not enough. So yeah, I guess you only have so many picks.
I would have went after the most productive, the biggest, the strong. When they planted, it's just terrible. And I know everything doesn't get fixed in 1 year. But how long have we been saying this? Every year we've been doing spikes and heels. So if you got one every year, at least you would have 4 viable ones. I just feel like they just never address our issues and they waste picks on nothing. I could have been the long snapper that year. They could have paid me the minimum $700,000.
I was telling my son, that's funny you say that when we went to the game, I was saying, I don't want him to play football for real, but I'll be joking. So I said, well, you can be a punter. He's like, what's that? And I said, the punter, the one that kicks the ball to the team. He's like, I don't want to do that. But I'm like, $700,000 minimum to kick from one side to the other. Let me learn.
Man, that ball be out in the parking lot messing with me.
See what I'm saying?
Anyway, great job, Commanders, but we got to step it up because it's not going. If they play like that, it may produce an L next week. But I'm going to give a benefit of the doubt, but I'm a little nervous about it. So let's talk about the NFC East. The Eagles won as expected. They look a little.
Yeah, it wasn't no cakewalk.
Sabrina.
And I said when we picked, I said they gonna win, but it ain't gonna be no blowout like people might think. Nah, and it wasn't for sure.
Not a monkey stop, but at least a sizable.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little bit too close for comfort.
Yeah.
If I was the Eagles fan, I'll be like, whoa,
Right.
because I was like, wait a minute, they
Mm-hmm.
did see a W is a W, but they got it. I hope they practicing. They don't get no days off this week because that ain't good.
Yeah, and they played the Thursday night game this week, which we'll get to.
Yeah,
That ain't a lot of time.
That ain't look. I don't know. They might get caught again. And of course, let me tell y'all. Let me holler at y'all. This is. I cannot. I have to laugh to keep from crying. Do you know how many? For those who don't know, that don't live in the DMV, the DC for Washington DC, they say stands for Dallas Cowboys. And some Sundays it does look like that. But do you know how many calls I've received already? I have one friend whose husband called and told her to go ahead and purchase Super Bowl tickets and flights because the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. The first official gorilla stomp of the year. So the Cowboys beat the Giants 44-0. I was sick. I didn't even finish watching this game. It was a waste of time. I don't know. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I kept leaving out and coming back, and I'm like, this ain't even worth watching. But my thing, I just don't. And I'm so grateful. I do meet some logical Cowboys fans, but they're few and far between.
That's fair.
The level of delusion that they have, it's mind-boggling how delusional they are, and they're serious.
So almost cuss, dead blank.
Yeah, they're serious. They're like, we're gonna win it all. And every year it's an epic failure. The regular season, no, but as soon as they get in that postseason, it's like who is it, Cinderella, when the carriage turned into a pumpkin or whatever. It's like it just falls apart. But every year.
Oh my goodness, they hype already. They got the flags out, the shirts. The one game you beat the Giants. Okay, you did. You give them a big old goose egg, but it's one game you cannot predict. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
So it's terrible, but yeah, so they did. So we got to look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
A good thing we got a little while before because we actually played them on Thanksgiving. So
I know I got to make plans. That's gonna be an epic day. We gotta.
All right, we eat my house at 11 o'clock because I gotta get time to die.
You ain't hardly eating no 11 o'clock stuff.
Watch me. That food gonna be ready at noon. The Macy's Day Parade, we're gonna be eating Thanksgiving dinner. I need to be ready. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that was our divisional games. The Cowboys played the Giants, having to lose at the Eagles won as we expected, but they didn't look polished to me. So and like you said, just the first game, but I still expected them to look a little bit more uniform than how they did. But we'll see, so how it goes from there. So Sabrina was Queen of the Week last week.
Only by one game.
I'm gonna step it up this week, y'all. So let's get it going. Thursday night, Eagles and the Vikings in Philly.
I'm gonna pick the Eagles for sure. I'm gonna pick the Eagles. Yes. Don't you start doing that stuff I'll be doing.
They didn't look right.
They didn't, but I think they're going to play better this week.
Ooh, let this slide. I'm gonna do the Eagles too, but I'm not confident.
Okay, you can go back and change before we finish because you don't sound all the way.
Think about it, but they ain't look right to me.
So, what do you think about the Seahawks at the Lions, who just beat the Chiefs in Detroit?
Those are two, sleeper teams. So they in Seattle.
They're going to be in Detroit.
The Lions got that game.
You say the Lions. I am going the Lions as well. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They confident now. Here it comes. Now, this is one of my favorite divisions in all of football. It's the AFC North. The Ravens and the Bengals. I got to go with my boy Lamar because Burrow, I don't think he hurt. They're just not telling us. He didn't look. He was hobbling on that knee. That defense is butter. I don't know what they got to do to fix it. But I was thoroughly surprised because Lamar really didn't have a Lamar game.
No, not yet.
He wasn't Lamar. But like you said, it's the first game. Everybody like a little rusty.
Who you
I have to go with the Ravens. I don't think Burrow's healthy.
See, my thing is,
in Baltimore.
It's in Cincinnati.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. I'm leaning towards the Bengals if Burrow can get it together and play.
See, if it was a fifth, we'll all be drunk. Game.
So who you picking?
The Ravens.
Okay. Can I pick the Bengals if Burrow plays? Because I'm not going to pick them if he don't play. Come on now, that is not the same.
The brainer.
What?
You can't take no players out. You got to pick.
I'm saying we don't know if the man going to play.
We're going to take this one together. If Burrows play, they win. If he's out, the Ravens. That's only fair.
Okay, so
Burrow plays, they win. If he's out, the Ravens. Because he is the face of the Bengals. So I'm going to give you a pass on this one.
Okay,
but I'm not on your little pass.
So we're going to move to the Chiefs versus the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Okay? That ain't no cakewalk, it's like people think.
Ooh, now that they done taste defeat, does my homeboy come back strong? But he needs some targets. And them wide receivers not catching that ball. He that game he had last week, which was the first game, they're a little bit rusty, remind me of when Aaron was throwing to his receivers and St. Brown and all of them wasn't catching. They dropped everything that came their way a couple of seasons and even some games last season. I'm thoroughly nervous. I said all that to say what? The Jaguars is my sleep team. It's going to be hard for me not to pick them in these upset games. I think Trevor coming into his, I'm a Jaguar.
Okay. I am going to say that I cannot see Mahomes and the Chiefs losing 2 in a row to start the season. I just can't do it, even though I know that
he can't throw to himself.
But I get it, but he gonna have to pull it out. I just cannot see it. Even though the Jaguars are fully capable of beating them, they are. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm willing to take this L because I really like the Jaguars this year. Okay, now we got the Carless Raiders versus the Bills.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I gotta say the Bills, especially since they lost that first game yesterday against the Rodgers Jets. There's no way that they're not gonna win this game. What do you think about this? Is gonna be a good one. This is divisional. 49ers at the Rams.
49.
Okay. I'm going for the upset. I'm going for the Rams. Don't look off in outer space. Rams. Uh-oh, I'm nervous. That sounded stupid when I said it out my own mouth.
I think you got this one again, too. I just like the 49ers. I just like how they seem to put it together. The Rams won, too, so, they won a game that I didn't think they could win.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my pick. So now we have the Giants versus the Cardinals. It's hard for me to pick the Giants right now because they just look abysmal. They just look terrible. But are they going to start the season 0-2? Where?
That's in Arizona.
I'm the Cardinals.
And I'm going to pick the Giants because I think they were so embarrassed. They didn't just lose to the Cowboys like, oh, it was like 40 to 30. They got, like you say, monkey stomp. I think they're going to be embarrassed. Gorilla stomp. Yes. So I think they're going to come out and have a point to prove. The Giants are going to win by a small margin. I think it's going to be a close game like ours was, but I think the Giants are going to win. Okay. Next, we got the Jets of New York against the Cowboys in Dallas.
Let's go, Jets. Let's go, Jets.
Wait a minute. It's not about who we want to win. Who do you think is going to win? You think it's the Jets legitimately?
No.
So you're picking the things, as you call them?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm picking the things too.
I'm going to go get me a Jet shirt.
Oh, for Sunday?
I'm going to have on all green. You're going to think it's St. Patrick's Day after this piece. So next we have the Dolphins and the Patriots. The Pats actually didn't look as bad as I thought they would. The Dolphins won, surprisingly to me. He's always nervous about Tua because at any time he got to come out if he get hit hard, and he's their offense. I'm gonna do the tour, but it's gonna be a slight. I'm hesitant to say the Dolphins, but I'll say the Dolphins.
Okay, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna say the Dolphins. I was tempted to pick the Patriots. I was, but
looking over the stats and how they played that game, I think they can't stop the run.
Yeah. Almost done. We have the Browns and the Steelers, AFC North.
My favorite division. So, woo! Nah, Deshaun got this one.
Who?
It's the Browns.
Okay, you say the Browns. I'm going Steelers.
Okay. And finally, we get to the game of the week for the The Commanders are traveling to Mile High to play Broncos. I cannot not pick my team, but this is gonna be with a little bit of the caveat here. Your boy needs to play back.
She gonna leave our boy alone and let him grow.
That boy needs to play better. That's all I'm gonna say. He gonna have to play better. I'm gonna pick us because I'm just thoroughly impressed with that defense.
Oh, girl, how can you not be? Yes.
So I'm gonna pick us, but he gonna have to step it up. He have to put some points on the board because when those divisional games coming, you know what I'm saying, we need to keep up the pace because the Fangs gonna win this week, and so are the Eagles. So we need to stay with them. Flow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm praying for a victory.
Same here. Yes, ma'am.
I want this win, Sabrina. We need to stay right with them. We need to be necking that. We need to keep going positive, moving forward. But there you have it. So there's the peak. Sabrina is in the lead, but hopefully I can catch her.
Only about one game. That does not really count.
You won the one game. I lost.
I promise you, it's not.
Okay, so one game. I need my one. Okay. Just a slight Black History moment. Sunday was very historic. There were 14 starting African American quarterbacks that started. So we've come a long way since Warren Moon and McNabb
and Randall Cunningham, girl.
As Randall Cunningham was one of the ones I remember. Doug Williams, 14 teams. So I would say that's a little progress.
Yeah.
And from quarterback can be great. We need to win. But it is nice to see that they're given more of an opportunity to play.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
When the pause back in the day was African Americans weren't smart enough to play the position.
Right. Isn't that terrible?
I've seen many interviews, Jimmy the Greek and all of them back in the day, where they basically were alluding to the African Americans weren't smart enough to learn the plays and have all the mechanics down. Being a quarterback is just not just straight running. You have to think, see the field, all that stuff. So that's encouraging, even though the word on Kyler Murray was he wasn't good at learning his plays.
Oh yeah, they put that clause in his contract. What was it? He had to watch so many.
Yeah, he had to watch some takes. So maybe he just didn't feel like studying, or he didn't have a good memory. But I applaud the effort. 30 out of 32 teams, 14, that's commendable.
Yeah.
Every since then was 11 at one time. So now we're up to 14. We haven't spoken on Coach Sanders. I must say, when he left the HBCU, I was feeling some type of way. But you should never stunt someone's growth. And that's his life and his journey. But so he goes to Colorado. They have the most transfers ever at a university. When it comes to school. I think they had like 58.
Oh my gosh.
The quarterback is people speaking nepotism, all that other stuff. When I tell you, we deliberately didn't speak on it the first week because they won. They beat TCU. Now they beat Nebraska, but they beat Nebraska the last 3 years. This was the only team they beat last year because they are Colorado Buffaloes. And the only team that they beat last year was Nebraska. So their record last year was 1-11.
Ooh.
So already they're 2-0. So I just want to say, way to go, Coach Sanders. But to be honest, Sabrina, I always love his energy, like when they call him prime time, because his showmanship. I just want him to be just a little bit more humble. And I know people gonna come at me, no, when he earned it, but it's hard sometimes being the type of personality I have, to see him go at some reporters, it's murdered a little bit because they were going in on him. So I just want him to keep the good energy and the good positive feeling going. But kudos to him.
So I think it's a personality thing, really, because he's always been prime. He's always been, a showman. He's always been flashy. He's always going to tell you what he think. And so I just think he's being himself. But yeah, I would hope that but you know what though? I don't know. Maybe he has to be like that so that his players will have the confidence too.
Okay, you're right. Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. See that.
I don't know.
They gotta believe. They gotta believe, and the leaders lead. Attitude reflects leadership. So if the team is confident because the coach is confident.
Yeah, very good point that came up. Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
Kudos, congratulations. I hope they continue to win. So thanks, Winnie, for another interesting week. For those who haven't watched it, please go. And Sabrina took a marvelous video behind the scenes at FedEx, our former stadium for the Commanders. We moved back. We're gonna claim it and call it. You know what I'm saying? DC. But I'm just looking forward. Sabrina made a wonderful video, so please, for those who haven't seen it, go watch it. It's all the behind the scenes footage of at FedEx, and it's just phenomenal. And I'm just grateful to share this time with you and her. I love talking about football. It just makes my week go so much better. And leaving you with these parting words from my past to pass the battle. He told me it's just a game. You can't be mad all week. You can be mad for that day. Don't tear your house up. Don't take it out on your family. It's just a game, y'all. We gotta start having fun, even in the L's.
Yeah, I agree.
Give your wife or your husband some homes your husband. You know what I'm saying? My ex-husband used to hate it Sunday. He'd be like, I'm leaving. Because I would just be, but just keep in mind it's a game. That's all I'm gonna say.
I agree.
We can have fun, but we have to remember it's just
keep it in perspective.
Right. So with that, we'll end our show for this week. Have a blessed week. Love you. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Love someone. Bye.
Bye-bye.